I love Saskatchewan. I've been fortunate to live in a number of different areas in the province. Since my dad is a social worker and my mom is a teacher, we actually lived in a few northern communities when I was younger. We lived in Losh and Green Lake, and I took kindergarten in Meadow Lake and grade 1 at the pre-cam in La Ronge. So there's still something that feels a lot like home when I'm in northern Saskatchewan, and I enjoy going there a great deal. My grandpa Hans served as an MLA for the Waters constituency in the 1960s, serving under Woodrow Lloyd and Tommy Douglas. And he actually was right there in the assembly when the major struggle for the introduction of Medicare to Saskatchewan took place. Ever since I was old enough to know what was going on when it comes to politics in life, I just so much looked up to and respected and admired my grandpa. Actually, I remember in grade 3, we had class elections when we had our first session or unit on studying government, and I ran on the CCF ticket in grade 3 on a very bold campaign of a skating party with hot chocolate and Jello squares. And I'm proud to say we won that election, and we delivered on our promise to my grade 3 classmates. I went to high school in Saskatoon at Marion Graham Collegiate, and after high school I took a couple of years before I started university to do some traveling and some volunteering in Europe, and that was a great experience where I got to see a bit of the world and come home and have a deeper appreciation for Saskatchewan and the place that we call home. I started an international studies degree at the University of Saskatchewan, and I completed that. And during my undergrad degree, I also was able to do a study abroad through the International Studies program, and I spent a term in Guatemala living with a local family and learning some basic Spanish, which is a bit rusty now, but I still enjoy using it on the doorstep from time to time. Also had the chance in university to spend some time in South Africa, which was a great experience as well, and different from the other places that I had traveled. After my international studies degree at the U of S, I moved to Vancouver and started a master's degree in political science at Simon Fraser University. While I was there, I worked as a teaching assistant in the Department of Political Science, and I also had the privilege of being a facilitator with the BC Citizens Assembly on electoral reform. I absolutely loved my years tree planting. I actually did 8 seasons throughout university and outside of university as well. Planting was a huge influence on my life, actually. It taught me a lot about perseverance, about hard work, and also about working with others and developing a team. So I really look back fondly on those 8 seasons that I spent tree planting up north. Actually, for a few of them, Ruth also was out in the camp working as the head cook in the camp, which is not a minor job to keep 60 individuals well fed and happy. Tree planting, there's highs, there are lows, not unlike regular life, but it was a good experience for Ruth and I to share early on, to see what each other is made of, and how we handle adversity, how we handle the ups and downs that inevitably come when you share a life together. Ruth and I were married in 2004 in Swift Current. Ruth is from a family farm in the Stewart Valley area, so in the southwest of Saskatchewan. And well, they're a tremendous family, and I've been very fortunate and blessed to be able to marry into the family because of who they are, but it's also given me some different experiences in understanding more about agriculture in the province, and some good adventures along the way. So I'm very fortunate and lucky to have married into such a great family. After graduate school in Vancouver, Ruth and I moved back to Saskatchewan. We both knew that Saskatchewan was home and where we wanted to build our life. My first job back in the province, I worked in the civil service in Regina as a policy analyst in the Department of Culture, Youth and Recreation. Following that, I started a new job with the Saskatchewan Medical Association, which represents the physicians and medical residents and students in the province, and I worked as a health policy manager. And at the same time, I ran for election for the board of directors of the Saskatoon Co-op, and enjoyed my time working in the cooperative movement. When Eric Klein announced that he wasn't running again, I decided to throw my hat in the ring for the nomination in Saskatoon Massey Place. It was a huge challenge, but I was up for it, and I was fortunate enough to win the nomination. I promised to be hardworking. I promised to use my abilities to the best that I could, and promised to listen to people and work hard. And I've tried to do that since 2007 when I was first elected, and that's my pledge going forward. I love being an MLA. It's a fantastic job, and it's a responsibility that I take seriously when I think about representing people and carrying on the work that the generations before me started. I love being in the assembly. asking questions in question period or in committee. Someday I hope to answer questions as well. Ruth is a music therapist working here in Saskatoon. She works in palliative care, which is a very special calling. She never tells me about individual clients or patients, but from time to time there'll be someone in the community that comes up to me and talks about how meaningful her work was to their family. And I think that is really special work, and I'm really proud of everything that she does, and I know she does a really good job as a music therapist. We have two daughters, Ingrid and Clara. Ingrid joined our family in 2010, and Clara joined us just this last April. I absolutely love being a dad. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. It totally changed my view on life. From the things that you don't even notice before kids, like the wonder of a little ladybug in the grass, to trying to explain how a dog can bark and how there's bark on a tree and what that means. So there's no shortage of challenges, and sometimes the days are busy, but they're always rewarding. And having two little girls is just wonderful. I love them both so much. There isn't anyone else I would want to be doing this with other than Ruth, and as any parent knows, your children are the most precious things to you. And when I think of my little girls, Ingrid and Clara, the life that they have now, I want it to be better when they're adults, and I want it to be better for their children. And that's the type of perspective that we need when we approach politics. What we desire for our own children, we desire for everyone.